Well, while my computer is restarting, I may as well paint a little bit of rock. Again, really don't want too much light here on the edge. And the largest problem that I usually have is that I end up putting too much light on the edge. So I'll try to be careful. Probably using a bigger brush than I should, but I'd rather do that than end up with a weak bunch of strokes, you know? Okay, I think that'll work. I'm going to have a band that runs right across this structure. Well, broken, but most of the way. It'll be a bit of a crevice, but it also will probably contain maybe what we would suggest is a different minerals, maybe a quartz vein, maybe something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But it provides another layer of interest, at least, you know. Okay, and if that's going to be bush, I better put some irregularities in there as well. Okay, that's probably enough for now. I'm playing with cobalt blue and a bit of alizarin crimson and some yellow ochre and some raw umber. Bits of everything. I'm just going to have the edge of that in the shade. Trying to imagine the edge of a bush here. You know, I don't know if I'll be successful with it, but we'll try. I want, you know, the face of the rock to go like this and then to dip back just a little bit, not too much, and then to go flat again. So we'll see, but it is at the same time interrupted by this bit of bush, which may or may not stay. Honestly, I don't know. But let's pretend for the moment that it is going to stay. Okay, those toned down colors. I think I'm going to, while I'm using these values, I may just continue over on the left hand side here. Put them in, you know, just because I'm lazy. Okay, now we'll step it up a notch. We'll bring our value up a little. Just going to add some yellow ochre and some white, and I think a hint of alizarin crimson. All right. And I know it looks very bright at the moment, but believe me, I can go a lot brighter. I have not played all my cards yet. Not even close. It just looks so bright because it's against a very dark background at the moment. Maybe too many lines in there, I don't know. I don't know. You have the feeling of a branch jutting up from that bush. Okay, more yellow ochre. And a bit of white. Okay. Because I have so many vertical lines of the dark lines sketched in, I'm more than likely going to have a lot of paint in lines, brush strokes rather, going more horizontal, because the rest of the painting has a lot of horizontal lines. You know, a lot of this, less of this. If the whole painting has, you know, with the exception of the trees going all over the place, I think rather than more vertical strokes with my paint in, I'm going to go a little bit horizontal. Okay. Alizarin crimson. Getting too green there. This rock is probably going to pick up quite a bit of color, so I'm going to go a bit easy on it. Okay, a little cobalt blue and a little alizarin crimson. Moving into our purples a little bit, just a tad. Oh, too dark. Not mixed enough. leave most of this until later. Alright, yellow ochre. And white. And burnt sienna. And a touch of what is that? Ultramarine blue. Because now the sun is shining on things a little bit. We're picking up a bit of sunlight. It's warming things up. Now a stroke of yellow ochre and white. Very carefully trying to construct, well, really a visual narrative, isn't it? Okay, yellow ochre. Alizarin crimson and white. I'm going pink there. I'm going to allow that to happen. This will be a slice of light, and this will be more light. So I didn't want to go from light to dark directly above the pinnacle of this rock, and that's why I just did that. Really, really, feeling my way through things here. That's how it goes. It's how it goes for me, at least. You do a bunch of careful little strokes, and every now and then you do something bold and strong. And it's those bold, strong strokes that really, really pick up the game. They really bring the game up a notch and make things more interesting. That's not to say you want to do that all the time. You don't. You want to reserve those strokes for areas that you're very sure of. But you can see already there's a bit of a glow happening, okay? And the bush is going to catch some light. And if that bush gets thrown away, that's okay, because there's going to be light on these rocks, to carry this intensity over to the left. I don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, alizarin crimson. Why don't we use that? A little bit of purple. To go in there. And how about a little intermission from the high values there as well. And I should be using a smaller brush. But I'm an ogre, so I don't always do that. Okay. See, so even in these, it's a very small area, but even in these areas, we want to vary our colors a fair bit. We want to keep things interesting. Okay. Coming down a little lower. I'm going to add a little more burnt sienna. You know, I don't want the whole thing to be burnt sienna, but I would like a stroke of burnt sienna. I mean, I like that reddish in the rocks. That's keeps things warm, and it's part of my memory of what the rocks were like in that area. Not saying the rocks were red, but rather that they were warm. So let's make them red. Why not? Okay, I was talking about doing my brush strokes in this direction, but I'm kind of going all over the map. That's fine. That's just building rocks. Building the strata. Building the general feel. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for now. My back is a bit buggered right now, so I'm not doing a whole lot of painting, but I thought I'd just get started on this. So far so good, I think, I hope. We'll talk to you soon, guys.